Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. As usual, I am very excited to be here with you. This is such a great way to start our day, or if you're listening to this in the afternoon or watching in the evening, then it's just a great day to, restart your day or get ready for bed if you're watching it in the evening. So I'm really, excited about today's prayer and wisdom circle because there's a couple of things that I wanted to share with you. A lot of times I have people, clients and students that come that are living in a toxic environment. In other words, spiritual practice, sometimes it just comes upon us, right? And so somebody is seeking peace. So they'll come to a meditation class, or they'll start maybe going to a spiritual center or to a church or going for a walk, and then they go home. And at the home, they're living with someone who is toxic, who has a lot of stuff going on, and that is really, really challenging. And so even if it's an ex-husband, maybe it's a child, maybe it's your partner or a roommate. I had a student once who had adult children living with her, and she felt very disempowered, that they were disrespectful and so on and so forth. And so you're going along, and then you wake up to, I live in a toxic environment, and I'm not in a position right now to leave it. And what happens is that they'll come to meditation class and they'll feel, they'll be feeling all good, and they'll feel on purpose, and you may be having this issue, or you may know somebody that is having this issue, and then they go back into that environment and they're back in their old habits. And so there's a couple of things that I wanted to share with you that's really important. Meditation in particular, when it's combined with prayer, and it doesn't matter what you're praying to, it's just an acknowledgement that there is something greater than you are that is the foundation of your being, because we can't do this work by ourselves. We really need source, and that's really where the miracles start to come in. So when you're meditating, knowing that the universe is going to rise up to meet you at the same time, it actually is strengthening your nervous system. Everybody take a deep breath, sigh it out. And that's what you want. So what happens with the nervous system when we're living in a toxic environment, when we're working in a toxic environment, it really does cause the nervous system to be overwhelmed and tapped out. And so the deep breathing and the calming, the becoming focused in the present moment helps to heal the nervous system. And so I asked Source, what else can we do? So Source says we need a sacred space. It may be that you need to leave your home or your job periodically throughout the day, maybe to go for a walk, to go out in nature. I always encourage my students to have a sacred space, even if it's a makeshift space I used to pull out a tray from underneath my bed when I was married and the kids were little, and it had some of my little tchotchkes on it and some incense. And I had my special cushion, and that was my sacred space. It signals to the mind that this is your time. But you may be in an environment where you can't even do that. So it's important for your own health and well-being that you leave the environment throughout the day to go and to do your work to strengthen your nervous system, so that when you go back into the environment, you don't fall into the old habits. Do you understand? Sometimes we're with people and we're in environments that don't serve our highest good. In other words, they trigger in us our worst impulses, and it's just habit. It's habit. So you're learning how to break that habit. And then what happens? Miracles. Miracles start to happen when you strengthen your nervous system and you're setting a new intention. Yes. And then all of a sudden, new job opportunities come, new living opportunities come. So I don't want to hear anybody say, yeah, but. Remove that from your vocabulary. I think we talked about this yesterday. Whenever we catch ourselves saying, yeah, but I can't, yeah, but, you are stuck in small thinking. All right. And there's no solutions when you are in a yeah, but state of consciousness and state of mind. You are not allowing the universe to come up and to meet you, to give you the opportunities that you deserve so that you can live the life that you're meant to live. You're meant to live a life of joy. We're not meant to live a life of suffering. Doesn't mean we won't have pain on occasion, right? We're going to lose people, things happen. Doesn't mean we won't have pain, but we're not meant to live in a constant state of suffering. And I know when we're living in toxic environments, we are living in this state of suffering. So that's your homework, to find a sacred space, to leave periodically, to consciously elevate your mindset, your mind, your awareness, and to strengthen the nervous system. Yes, yes, isn't this good stuff? So good. We got a lot done in 5 minutes, I gotta tell you. So I went to one of my books. It's called The Hidden Power of the Bible by Ernest Holmes for some additional inspiration. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of the Science of Mind, and Joel Goldsmith, they are really the fathers of the New Thought movement. And what that means is that when they talk about Jesus and when they talk about God, they don't talk about it in the traditional Christian ways, okay? So Jesus was a master teacher, and that Jesus was showing us how we can live and what we can accomplish in terms of healing, self-healing, healing for others, in terms of living a life of integrity and loving each other, a very deep and profound love. So when Jesus says things about the I, he's talking about the I that I am, the Christ consciousness that you and I all have. So it's a different interpretation than the traditional Christian interpretation. I just want you to be aware of that, that when you read these, that's really what they're talking about. But anyways, love keeps coming up. And the one that really that caught my eye was, we are joint heirs with Christ. Now remember, this is the Christ consciousness that is within. So everybody take a deep breath and sigh it out. And so you and I are already at one with Source. I'm going to drop the G word. I know it makes some of us uncomfortable. So with Source, with God, with the divine presence. I really like the divine presence. That feels really good. We are already at one with that. The foundation of the world is the foundation of our being also. And the work that we do is coming into conscious alignment with that. Because if we're not aware of it, we can't use that power for our good. We can't have really the source work for us by working through us if we're not aware that it's already a part of us. This is why things like, you know, that we're born into sin and there's something inherently wrong with us, keep us from knowing who we are. That is one of the biggest lies that we have ever been told, that we are born into sin and that there is something wrong with you or something wrong with me. It's absolutely not true. But we'll talk about that another time. Okay, so, and we are joint heirs. And he says we are an unfolding principle of life, truth, perfect law, and action. We wait for a more complete unfolding of our inner life. It is already within, the perfect way and the eternal truth. So when you're living in an environment or working in an environment that is toxic, we come back to this place that the eternal truth and this power is already within me. And when I am in alignment with it, material reality must bow down to that spiritual reality. We wait for the unfolding of ourselves through the law inherent within our real nature. So what am I saying? Every challenge has within it the potential for your awakening to your own truth. And the more you are awake to your own truth, the more the world reflects that in a positive way. You're not meant to just, good morning. You're not meant to just, like I said, to just suffer. And when you have this realization, you don't have to go out and sacrifice because you have this beautiful energy and people begin to entrain to it and they can feel your love. And things really do shift in your life in a way that seems miraculous. I know in my own life, when I look at old journals and things that I've been through, it's just a miracle. It's just grace that, that I can be here with you. It is miraculous to me. So we are going to move into our prayerful meditation time, and it's all about self-sabotage, or healing self-sabotage. So you guys are really going to want to do this one because it's good. It's going to be good. All right, ready? Feet flat on the floor, eyes closed, chin tilted slightly down so that the back of your neck is nice and long. And let's take 3 hot breaths together. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling, and one more time, inhaling and exhaling. And in your mind's eye, imagine a beautiful golden light coming down into the top of your head and down into the spine. And your spine is your nervous system. So imagine this light moving into the spine, moving into the nervous system, healing, balancing, strengthening the nervous system. Inhaling, breathing into the light. Breathing into the nervous system. Good. And this is what we are knowing. We are knowing a deep inner strength, a deep inner power, a power for good, a power that loves, a power that we can use for our own healing and for the healing of our environment. So as we sit here now in this beautiful light, we see this golden light and this breath moving into our workspace, working into the places of dysfunction, into our home. And we see these areas filled with this light of truth, this light of love, the light of the divine presence. We see it removing any darkness, any discord, and we come into alignment with this truth. Inhaling and exhaling. And this is what we are knowing. We ask the divine presence to help and to guide us, that we stay focused on our highest good, that we stay motivated, that we no longer have the urge to settle into a dysfunctional environment, one that does not serve us. And so we ask you, divine presence, to help us break the habit of being comfortable in dysfunctional relationships, in dysfunctional environments, in dysfunctional workplaces, knowing that as we break this habit, we open up a new door to more prosperity, to more better authentic relationships, to more love. Ooh, I'm feeling a lot of love coming in. We are opening up this door to new love, to greater opportunity, wealth, health, abundance, everything that you have promised us, we are now open to. We are put on a new mind and we see with new eyes, and we are so grateful. We are grateful for this time together. We are grateful for this community. We are grateful for this breath. We are grateful for you, this divine presence, and for the law of life, for this knowledge on how it works for us by working through us, creating miracles in ways that we could never conceive of. We are so grateful. We are grateful for the friends and lovers that we have yet to meet, but we know are on their way. We are ready to receive our good, ready to receive our abundance. We are children of the Most High, and we receive the kingdom as it has been promised to us. Thank you. Everybody take a nice, long, deep inhale all the way down to the tips of your toes. Bringing in all that love and opportunity and gratitude, sighing it out, and very gently opening up your eyes and give yourself a hug. Give yourself another hug. Ooh, that was good. That's what I was telling you. So this stuff really works. When I first started meditating, I was living in a toxic environment with a boyfriend, hated the job, all of this stuff. And when I started meditating, I could see the dysfunction. I could see it with my spiritual eye. And you might have that experience too, where you're going to be more sensitive to the dysfunction. And so all I want you to do is just breathe. Remember that light moving down into the nervous system. The light moves into your environment and opening doors that you didn't even know existed. Expect a miracle, my friend. This is the beginning of the best years of your life. Expect miracles. Okay. This was really fun. This was good. I could feel it. I was feeling the presence. And I'm so glad that you were here. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. right here. Okay? Have a fabulous day. Bye.